never been an incident of occurrence in the history of the ERIC system where a vulnerability has been exposed, there's been any corruption of data, there's been any leak of data, there's been anything related to ERIC not working exactly the way that it's supposed to work. Now, this conversation about George Soros, information had been introduced that he was a part of this process or he gave money to create it. All that's a lie. Matter of fact, not only is it a lie, it's never had any empirical data provided to prove it. Now, it started with the Pew Charitable Trust, and George Soros is somebody that gives money to the Pew Charitable Trust, but there may be people in this room that give money to the Pew Charitable Trust. But there's no communication that's ever been recorded or documented that George Soros has had directly with any board member with ERIC. He's never attended an ERIC meeting. He's never had anything to do with the ERIC process. There are some things that need to be addressed with ERIC, which we're currently trying to get done with the ERIC board. We have membership on the ERIC board, and we have had since we joined in 2016. And it is a system that has been very, very successful in helping us identify potential voter fraud and prosecuting potential voter fraud. And the state that has been just as aggressive as we have been, that's working just as hard as we are to use that as an effective tool, is Florida. And about 6 weeks ago, Governor DeSantis was on TV talking about ERIC and its importance to election administration in the state of Florida. So that's where we are with ERIC and why we are where we are with ERIC. Now, I will say this, one of the things that Wes Allen, who's going to be the next secretary, has said is that he does not think that ERIC is a good tool to use. But one of the things that he has said is that George Soros has been a part of it, but he's not been able to prove that, nor has he been able to show any empirical data to show that it has happened in the past. The question that I have asked when people have asked me about ERIC is, okay, let's just say that you don't like ERIC. You don't like the Electronic Registration Information Center. You want Alabama to separate itself from the ERIC system. What tools are you going to use? What information are you going to use that's going to help you identify those people that are voting twice or more in more than one area, and how are you going to keep that from happening, and how are you going to prosecute those people? Because currently there is no system that is available to accomplish that, and there is no way to identify that information outside the ERIC system.